a big-hearted performer who knew how to run to daylight.
Navy leads it by 4, 3rd and 4, and it hits Dixon for the first down. Dixon spins free. Dixon to the 38-yard line. First down, Navy. Damon Dixon came in this with 93 catches in his career, just 4 away from becoming the number 4 receiver. I talked with him about what he wants to do when he gets out of the service. He says, my eyes aren't real good. I'd like to be a Navy SEAL, but I can't. I'm going to be an underwater diver. His eyes are good enough to make catches like that. You'd think they'd make a little special compensation for him. That's 4 catches right now. He has just moved in to number 4 all-time receiver in the history of Naval Academy football.
Now it's 1st and 10. Kubiak now lobbing one over the middle, complete to the 45-yard line. Damon Dixon, the receiver. And here they come again, Dick.
Here comes Damon. You know, he's the leading receiver with 48 coming into this ball game. Actually, they wanted to throw the slant pattern early. Now, you'll see him come down and run inside Brett Rice, number 7. He looks for the slant. He doesn't throw it. Then he takes off and goes upfield. The safety, number 22, Cantaloupe, overruns the play and allows him to get in between the zones. Big play. Longest play today for Navy.
And longest of the year for Dixon, 36 yards.
Win.
You better believe it, win. 3rd and 6 now.
Blitz.
Picked up, Rob sideline. Oh, Dixon took a pop, but he hung on at the 21-yard line.
They knocked him out of bounds, and he came back inbounds. You can do that in college football. He threw the marker, indicating that he had been knocked out of bounds. Presence of mind, he jumped back inbounds. Now see, the coverage rolls up on him, forces him out of bounds. He stepped on the line right there. The official threw the beanbag there, but he got back inbounds to catch the football. You'll see it to the right side of your screen. See, he's out of bounds. He was knocked out of bounds, which is legal, but he comes back inbounds. Excellent play by Mr. Dixon.
19-yard circle route. 2 big plays for Dixon here. They sure than it has at any time today. There were a lot of storms in the area which moved into New Jersey out of Pennsylvania here earlier, and the rain has struck East Rutherford. Kubiak got Dixon again, this time inside the 5.
He got the single coverage he wanted. They blitz. That puts the corner one-on-one. Number 18, Jason Chun, one-on-one situation. No help underneath, no help inside. He's got him all the way. He gives him a little push move to the inside, turns him, breaks back to the outside, and the ball is thrown right where it has to be. Maybe a little late, but he got it there. See the pressure. They had the linebackers coming. When you commit those linebackers, everybody else is tied up man-to-man. No help. He beat it.
Now 1st and goal. Stramanak doesn't make a touchdown this time. Dixon's 3 catches on this drive for 36, 19, and 16 yards. He's out of Orinda, California. He was an outstanding all-around athlete. He earned 3 letters in wrestling and 4 in track as a pole vaulter. How's that for a combination? You don't find many pole vaulters who are also wrestlers. And speaking of that, the most amazing statistic is you watch Stramanak get stuffed here by the Army defense. Navy's wrestling team has not lost to the Army since 1962. It's 10 rushing touchdowns. He goes in motion. And now Kubiak rolling and keep it. Touchdown, Navy.
On the corner. Get him outside away from that pocket.
Dixon is motion. 3 receivers that side. Kubiak throwing for 2. And Navy cuts the lead in half.
That touchdown pass, touchdown run rather, he's going to sprint out tight end to the right side of your screen. He's going to try to cross. You're going to look back to try to throw it to him. He can't. He sees the soft corner in that man coverage. No one contained. Touchdown. Now here he comes, man in motion. Damon Dixon. See, they're going to run slant patterns from the outside. Seal it off. See him seal that defense off there. There it is. Man-to-man, they didn't pick him up. I think the man in the coverage responsible for Dixon got picked off as he crossed the formation. Damon Dixon, 5'8", 171 pounds. Not a big guy, just a great big heart.
Already 3 catches for those 71 yards on the drive, and now the big 2-point conversion play, and it suddenly is 16-8. And as usual, here we are, 4th quarter, and Sarah. For the Naval Academy, it'll be a tough ride back home. And our Chevrolet most valuable players of the game are Damon Dixon, the talented wide receiver from Navy, Kevin Zarnecki, the all-everything linebacker from Army. Chevrolet donates $1,000 to each school's General Scholarship Fund to reward outstanding students for their academic achievements and to assist those in financial need.
Literally higher than a kite. Very reminiscent. They say never better. They're screaming encouragement to their fellow classmates out on the field. They really feel, as you know, Dick Vermeil, that they had a legitimate chance to win this game. So far, they're still in the hunt with one of the top teams in the country.
2nd down and 9, 31-yard line. Play action. Kubiak going deep's got a man open. Touchdown! Damon Dixon. On the touchdown pass from Kubiak to Dixon. As Buccineri comes on to attempt the point after, and it's good. Navy has taken the lead over Notre Dame. 10-3. 3:08 to go. 1st quarter from Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia.
You'll see the play action pass here now, freezing the linebackers up in front. And also now watch the quarterback as he looks over here to his left, now comes back. And the defenders on the backside, left side right here, lost the receiver coming down. They lost the guy. He's only 5'8".
180 pounds, Damon Dixon. From Orinda, California. Yeah, woohoo, you bet. The kickoff by Tate, the low squibber taken by an up man for Notre Dame to the 35-yard line.
But they don't really think about running the football.
4th down and 1. Kubiak going down to Dixon on the sideline. He makes the catch. Damon Dixon at the 24-yard line.
Great call. Anticipating man-to-man coverage. That's a gutsy call. They weren't thinking 1st down. They said, heck with it. We're down by 14. We'll go for the touchdown.
21
nice
yards
call by
on
Greg
the
Briner.
reception.
You'll see it to the right side of your screen here now. They get set up there, and he lays it up. Now, he just lays it up over the top. So he ran a little out-and-up move on his defender, threw it up there high. Good job. He ran that route on Sean Wooden, number 22. Damon Dixon, 5'8", 171.
First start this year against Virginia, caught 10 passes to tie a school record. Now first
going right up to where he had to be.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Kubiak throwing to Dixon underneath. And Dixon able to get it up to the 38-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play. Brian McGee was there to make the stop.
Boy, this offense is so drastically different than last year's Navy offense. And, you know, granted, now they have a healthy quarterback. Kubiak, as you mentioned, could not play last year at the end of the year. They're running a lot of options. But Greg Briner has come in and taken over the offense. The first time that Coach Chomp has had an offensive coordinator, and he's done an excellent job.
Well, Dick, last year they only scored 16 touchdowns. Coming into this game, they'd scored 18 already this year, and they put 27 points on the board here today. 3rd down and 4. 38-yard line. 12 minutes left to go in the game, and Kubiak trying to go downfield. Beautiful catch. Boy, Damon Dixon's done a super job today as he makes the catch at the 47-yard line.
That's when it is an advantage to be 5'8". You don't have far to go to get down there and pick that ball up off the turf. Excellent job by a young receiver.
Block, well executed. Navy opens up with 2 big gains on passing plays. They'll throw it again. And this time it is number 9, Damon Dixon, their leading receiver, to the 16-yard line, and Eric Oliver with the stop. Well, Army. And Hickman, the big tight end. Williams and Nelson are the split running backs for the Naval Academy. And Kubiak. Sideline, Dixon.
to this. He saw the double zone coverage. Two deep safeties, corner rolled up, and he audible to the fade pattern. Now the corner dropped off. Walaco, he was going to go that way, but he went this way. That's why he threw the ball to the left to the fade. He had audibled it. He reads the coverage going strong side. He lays it up high to the outside, just like you have to do it. They get by Garland Gay, and Dixon catches his second touchdown of the year.
Navy leads it by 4, 3rd and 4, and it hits Dixon for the first down. Dixon spins free. Dixon to the 38-yard line. First down, Navy. Damon Dixon came in this with 93 catches in his career, just 4 away from becoming the number 4 receiver. I talked with him about what he wants to do when he gets out of the service. He says, my eyes aren't real good. I'd like to be a Navy SEAL, but I can't. I'm going to be an underwater diver. His eyes are good enough to make catches like that. You'd think they'd make a little special compensation for him. That's 4 catches right now. He has just moved in to number 4 all-time receiver in the history of Naval Academy football. Slot formation to the right. Dixon on first down, out of bounds at the 43-yard line here on the near sideline. Navy leading Army 2019, and there's the time remaining.
They've started an opening. Can't believe that Dixon's eyes are so bad to have this, as well as he catches the football, that he can't be a Navy SEAL.
He's off to the left right now. He's in the slot formation. The only negative are those 3 interceptions Kubiak has thrown. He'll need to avoid that. He's got Dixon again. First down, Navy. They have gone to the Army 32-yard line now. Have worked the defender.
Good pass protection by the offensive line. The throwing lane opened up automatically in the middle there because the defensive rushman took the wide outside turn at the ball.
Who's that astride that mule down there? Kubiak off a play fake, rolls to the right and buys time. Throws to the middle, complete to the 30-yard line, and it's Mr. Dixon.
Great poise, and Dixon gave him the signal, and coming in on the backside, he gave him the signal, waved to him to get his attention.
Jack Arute.
Well, Greg, you talked about Ryan Buccineri.
So our Chevrolet players of the game, Ronnie Makeda of Army, Damon Dixon from Navy. Chevrolet will donate $1,000 to each school's General Scholarship Fund to reward outstanding students for their academic achievements and to assist those.
Down Navy!
Little David.
Damon Dixon in his final Army-Navy game.
No one epitomized the words courage and commitment over the past 2 years than did wide receiver Damon Dixon. The fearless performer never knew he was only 5'8" and 165 pounds. A self-made player, he never caught a pass on the varsity until he was a junior, and then he responded with 51 receptions, the 5th most in a season at Navy. He matched that total again in 1994, deftly combining his quick feet and excellent receiving techniques to rank as the 4th all-time leading receiver in Navy history. Dixon's courage was especially evident on his punt return prowess, often disdaining the fair catch. He led the midshipmen 2 straight years in this category, posting a 7.7-yard average per return. Damon Dixon, a big-hearted performer who knew how to run to daylight. 3 saw the midshipmen take a giant step play, and by the emergence of wide receiver Damon Dixon, who tied a school record with 10 receptions against Virginia. Dixon also showed he can be an effective punt returner with his quick feet. 81-yard drive. Kubiak found Damon Dixon for 9 yards. And then next possession, passes of 16 yards and 31 yards from Kubiak to Dixon, carried to the 1. Late in the first period, spunky Damon Dixon returned a punt 32 yards to the Bowling Green 42. The offense did the rest. Kubiak's 71-yard drive was chock full of outstanding plays. Kubiak passed for 11 yards. The Navy rally continued in the next series. Kubiak completed 6 straight passes and a 28-yarder to Dixon, who stretched his way into the end zone. Navy led again, 25-24, with 3:25 remaining in the game. On its next possession, the offense continued to explode. Kubiak to Dixon for 20 yards, then 12 yards. Kubiak found Dixon for a 14-yard gain to the 3, and intercepted a pass and returned it to midfield. Kubiak immediately threw to Dixon for a 10-yard gain and followed with a to Hickman. The touchdown came on a 6-yard pass to Dixon. Navy added a 35-yard field goal. Then he hit Dixon for 14. But the drive stalled at the 35. They began a brilliant and exciting rally with a 36-yard completion from Kubiak to Dixon that carried to the Army 44. Kubiak and Dixon teamed up again for a 19-yard gain, and Navy was on the Army 21. A 16-yard gain involving those two put the ball on the 2-yard line. Kubiak scored on a keeper. Navy went on for 2 points, and Kubiak was again on target. To who else? Damon Dixon. On the kickoff.